is still searching for who I am. Along my search, I know that there are a lot of things that I would like to fulfill. One of those things are to definitely improve the quality of life in my life and the lives of others.
It's amount of work. It's called shadow work. And it's what other people won't see. You know, it involves a great deal of integrity and will out. You know, the hardest thing for me is to leave a situation that I'm enjoying, that I know is not very fruitful. But I also know it's okay to feel bad about doing the right thing. Yeah. Because that means you were loving genuinely. Most of the time, you are.
See, honey, when you do that, life just embrace you. If I love me better than I love anybody else, I'm gonna look out for me, number one. Then I can help you. But I come first. Nobody come first but me. Then you come second. And that's the way I have it. People make me first. All my life I wanted to be first. If you didn't make me first, I'm upset. But that was bad. My mother tried to control that, but it didn't work. I'm still number one in my life.
When I say mediocrity, I don't mean, I mean that we should constantly be aspiring, you know, to reach higher and higher and higher. We should never be comfortable where we are. You know, we should always be aspiring to know more and to better ourselves and to improve ourselves, you know, to improve ourselves. Because that's how we improve the world around us, by working within us.
The music industry is just a microcosm of the world. So whenever you stand for something and you stand for goodness and truth, you will always get resistance, that's period. Whether you're in the pharmaceutical industry, the record industry, or whatever. Whenever you stand for truth and for the service, you know, the service of others. See, I could make money very easily. I could make records that are self-indulgent and, you know, basically self-promote me. I could do that. I could do that. Promote myself. That was redundant, but you know what I mean. You know, just do those things. It's very easy. As a matter of fact.
Listen here. You gotta stop trying to fix things that you didn't break. It's not your responsibility. Some things are broken. Some people are broken. You didn't break them. You didn't break the thing or the person. Yet, you almost about to break yourself trying to fix it. Don't do that, okay? Everything is not our responsibility, even when it feels like it. It's not, all right? Choose yourself. Choose yourself, get your peace. Don't break yourself down trying to fix something that you never even broke. I love you.
Could you explain the fact that some record companies didn't...
The fact that, you know, some people weren't sure and didn't really think I had what it took, you know, of course it was painful. Rejection is painful, but, you know, I felt deep in my heart and in my soul that I had it and that I would do it and that I could do it. And I honestly believed that no matter what anybody said. And I continued. I said, fine, you don't want me, somebody else will. And I will prove it. I will get out there and I will be a star. And I really meant it. And you have to have that frame of mind. You have to have that kind of confidence to make it in this industry or you won't make it. So I did it. And I'm very proud of the fact that I did.
How do you explain that?
Little Ciara from Decatur, Georgia. Be patient. Everything in life will go exactly how it's supposed to go. You may not have a lot, but you'll be able to have as much as you want if you believe. At times you will feel like an outcast, that you don't fit in, but you will discover that being your own clique will be your strongest attribute. In life, you're going to face many challenges, many moments of adversity. There are going to be a lot of successes and some failures too. Those moments are going to create your character, build your integrity, and they will become your beauty marks. On your journey in life, you may hear a lot more no's than yeses, but you'll let those moments motivate you, and those that said no will eventually wish they would have said yes.
Motives and thoughts. Rotating bodies, confusion of sound, negative imagery holding us down, social delusion, clearly constructed, human condition, morals corrupted. Trapped in reaction, lawlessness, war, dissatisfaction from bowels to core, devil's technology, strategy 4, human mythologies, urban folklore, sicker psychology, counterfeit cure, wicked theology robbing the poor, scheme demonology, mislead the pure, stricken strategically studying war, light shown in darkness, image exposed, few can see through the new emperor's clothes, lustful this hustle turns humans to hoes, when the blind lead the blind, just more trouble and woes. It's the mind that they chose, it's designed to stay closed. Standards of jokers, court jester logic, cyclic and cosmic from schoolyard to college. Primitive man in his civilized knowledge, system collapsing he still won't acknowledge. God is the savior, studies behavior, trying to fix the mixed mind that he gave you. Stiff-necked scholars on prescription meds, wishing their problems was all in their heads. Moral dilemma, pride at the root, misguided from youth, heart divided from truth. Egyptians and Grecians, spiritually dead, empirically led by the good gods in their heads. Motives and thoughts, industrial wealth, global economy in it for self. Heart full of madness, covered with kind, pleasure designed to take over your mind. Furnished in godliness, painted in good, this tainted priesthood's got real saints misunderstood. While classes and government set up the veil and cultivate minds for more mythical tales. Typical Hollywood, follies, good girl, while vice and corruption take over the world. Motives and thoughts. Check your motives and thoughts. For me now, I'm learning that it's more important to be righteous than to be right. I've tried to be right. You know, this is right. This is an injustice. This is a travesty. I'm right. But I've been very unrighteous and still right. Oh my God, you know, because you can attack someone completely right, but it doesn't resolve anything. You know,
Gosh, you know, the world is something. You can love everybody in the world, but everybody's not gonna love you. You can only pray that everybody will, but you can't force people. If they're not ready to accept you, you can't force them to.
Then and there that I had to figure out a way in life to maintain and preserve my sense of pride when I felt good about what I did or what I represented or created, even if the world ridiculed me. And it was an exercise I became an expert in, even when it hurt. But the beauty that came from that was that I learned to use fashion and design and sculpture and art as a way to communicate when words could not translate the emotions and intentions I had inside. How to speak while remaining quiet. How to represent all of the feelings and things that I wanted to speak to only in a way that creation could.
In your head, if you can picture it, if it's clear, you know what I'm saying? Then it is a possibility. If you believe in it, it's already happened. It just hasn't gotten there yet. So, you have to learn how to recognize things, you know what I'm saying? And you just have to know what road to take to get to your final destination. Because a thought, just a thought form can manifest itself into physical form. You know, so it's all about believing in yourself, believing in what you do, being able to see it, knowing how to get there, living it, and trust me, it'll happen. Ask and ye shall receive. That is very true.
What did I do wrong? It's always each person asks. I do anyway. I ask, what did I not do? Where did I blow it?
You blame yourself.
Well, I question myself. There's a world of difference.
There's a difference.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't blame myself. I do not do that. I won't waste any time with that. I do the best I can. People can only do what they know to do. That is all they can do. Anybody. So I do the best I can do. And I look back and think, was that really the best? Yeah, I didn't know anymore. Well, there we are.
And so many times I've heard people say that Angela is the very embodiment of Black excellence. But let me correct that. She has a perspective and a voice and a beauty that is proudly Black. But what she embodies at her core is beyond anything that is skin deep. She is artistic excellence embodied in human form.
I would say you might encounter many defeats, but you must never be defeated, ever. In fact, it might even be necessary to confront defeat. It might be necessary to get over it, all the way through it, and go on. I would teach her to laugh a lot. Laugh a lot at the silliest things. And be very, very serious. I teach her to love life, I bet you that.
So all I'm trying to do all the time is just to open people up so they can feel themselves and let themselves be open to somebody else. That is all. That's it. I've always thought that I was shaking people up, but now I want to go at it more, and I want to go at it more deliberately, and I want to go at it coldly. I want to shake people up so bad that when they leave a nightclub where I performed, I just want them to be to peace.
Life and things and experiencing the consequences of their choices and judgments, because I want the young women to know, the young queens, the young Earths, the young boys, I want them to know that there's another choice. I want to be another example of what positivity can bring.
Tell somebody how it feels to be in love. How are you going to tell anybody who has not been in love how it feels to be in love? You cannot do it to save your life. You can describe things, but you can't tell them. But you know it when it happens. That's what I mean by free. I've had a couple of times on stage when I really felt free. And that's something else. That's really something else. Like like, I'll tell you what freedom is to me. No fear. I mean, really, no fear. If I could have that half of my life, no fear. Lots of children have no fear. That's the closest way, that's the only way I can describe it. That's not all of it, but it is something to really feel.
Having this dream, it's a recurring dream that I've been having. It is that all the people in the world will one day feel free enough to be themselves without giving a damn what nobody else has to say. And it seems so far away, but it seems so close, because I've been seeing a lot of freedom and creativity. And it just makes me feel, you know, like we get into a place where we can totally be free to express ourselves.
What I want to do in 20 years, I think about what I'm going to be doing in 220 years. You know? Because, I am a strong believer in that your life, you know, it's a manifestation of your belief. And it's very doable, you know, I believe. You know, we got some tough skin here. You know, all we have to do is learn how to take care of it. You know, and that's the path that I'm on. So, you know, I hope to do a lot of great things.
It kind of throws people, you know what I mean, because they automatically think it's about me being miseducated, but miseducation is actually, it's like a metaphor for actually being re-educated, unlearning some bad things, you know what I mean, some things that I may have perceived to be the truth, you know what I mean, that actually weren't. It really has a lot to do with personal evolution and personal growth, and really understanding that there are things that society teach us, which are like general pieces of information, you know, just for the general public, and there are things that are extremely important for us to individually learn, you know what I'm saying? Just as far as just personal relationships with other people, personal relationships with God, you know, just the way in which we should live our lives.
Hello there. You all right? It's okay. Listen, I simply came here to tell you this. Come here, lean in. I believe in you. I believe in you. I love you. I'm proud of you. I know that it feels like no one sees you, no one hears you, no one cares. But I do. I believe you. I think of you. I see you. I hear you. And I'm rooting for you. You keep going, no matter what. Even in this time when it feels like you're all alone, don't you stop. Don't you give up on you, okay? Somebody is thinking of you, praying for you, and loving on you. I love you. I believe in you. I'll see you later.
What did it make you feel?
Grateful for the lessons that I've learned from the people that I've loved and that have loved me.
Grateful for everyone. They all taught me something. Yeah, and I still love everyone that I've had an experience with. Some motherfucking knuckleheads in there, but sure. Always say you gonna come back, and I'm gonna say no.
Yes,
but yeah.
But are you willing to compromise within a relationship?
To compromise? What is compromising? Compromising for what? Compromising for what reason? To compromise for what? To compromise. What is compromise?
If a man came into your life, wouldn't you want to compromise?
Stupid. A man comes into my life and I have to compromise? You must think about that one again. A man comes into my life and you have to compromise for what? For what? For what? A relationship is a relationship that has to be earned, not to compromise for. And I love relationships. I think they're fantastic. They're wonderful. I think they're great. I think there's nothing in the world more beautiful than falling in love. But falling in love for the right reason, falling in love for the right purpose, falling in love. Falling in love. When you fall in love, what is there to compromise about?
Isn't love a union between two people? Or does Eartha fall in love with herself?
I think if you were to think about it in terms of analyzing, yes, I fall in love with myself and I want someone to share it with me.
I like this part of my life. I do. I'm clearer about what I want, where I want to spend my time, who are the people I enjoy, who are the people I can trust.
Do matter. Take comfort knowing that your performances have given hope, offered a different perspective, and for others, just pure joy in a time of need. Never allow fear, frustration, or disappointment to get in the way of the blessings that are divinely and deservedly yours. Remember who you are.
And to every girl listening out there, you will forever be empowered by knowing that no one, absolutely no one, can close the door that God has opened for you.
To honestly say that everything is worth it. The hard work, the times when you're tired, the times when you're a bit sad, the good moments when you are on stage performing in front of thousands of people. In the end, it's all worth it because it really makes me happy. And I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world.
Permission to go. I liberate you. I went back to my house and something said, go back. I was in my pajamas. I jumped in my car and ran. And the nurse said, she's just gone. You see, love liberates. It doesn't bind. Love says, I love you. I love you if you're in China. I love you if you're across town. I love you if you're in Harlem. I love you. I would like to be near you. I'd like to have your arms around me. I'd like to hear your voice in my ear. But that's not possible now. So I love you. Go.